good to see you. I just wanted to get on here and say a little bit about getting to know yourself. Especially as, I don't know about men. I can't speak for men. I'm not a man. But for women, and I imagine it's similar for a man, let me know in the comments. But we go through a lot of different chapters in our lives. Different responsibilities or different just different things that happen as we grow and as we mature, as we change. We change physically, we change mentally. Life happens to us. Some of it's by choice, some of it's not by choice, and all of those moving things cause change in us, different chapters in our lives. And I wanted to come on here and talk about that a little bit and just kind of reiterate the importance of getting to know yourself in all of those changes. Sometimes when we go into a change, maybe we don't recognize it as such a big change for ourselves. But as we, on this channel, you're always going to see me talking about pausing and reevaluating, resetting, and rising. That's thanks to my good friend Sean Forney. But if you in each chapter, and as new things arise, you pause and reevaluate yourself in that new responsibility, in that new change, in that new perspective, in that new responsibility that you've been given or that you've taken on. If you can get to know yourself in that moment again, and whatever that looks like for you, evolving won't hurt so much. It's so easy to compare ourselves to the past. I'll give an example. When back in the day when I was preparing to go on a mission for my church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I was so into routine. I would read my scriptures for 2 hours every morning. I would wake up super early, ride a bike, trying to get myself fit and ready for becoming a missionary. And life happened, and that mission never really actually happened. But as my situation changed and as I grew into new responsibilities and a new chapter in my life, I kept comparing myself, it's just never, even comparing yourself to yourself, it's never fruitful in a positive way. But I kept comparing myself to how spiritually active I was and how amazing I felt, and how in that other chapter before life happened. That's completely unfair to the new Marsha and the new moment, the new chapter, the new responsibilities that I was facing at that time. And do you see how you can take the new version of you, comparing it to the old version of you in a negative lens, saying that the new version is less than because I'm not doing what I used to be doing. I don't feel as good or as spiritually close or whatever the case may be as I was in that moment. But that moment, again, I know I say it a lot with the rear view mirror and the windshield in front of us, but it's a really good analogy. But if you can take that moment and just kind of evaluate it and then get to know yourself in the moment you're in right now. I don't have time for that. Yes, I'm still reading. Yes, I'm still spiritually active. Yes, I go to church. Yes, I'm doing those things, but I'm not I'm not in that moment. I don't have the time to devote to that particular aspect of who I am right now. And I know that's kind of a spiritual example. Let me give you a, for those of you who watch my channel who are maybe not as into religion or spiritually, those types of things. So let's go to exercise. That's a good one. So if, let's say, you're training for a marathon. Not that you want to be a marathon runner for the rest of your life, but you want to check that off your bucket list. You're going to train. You are going to eat the right things. You're going to hustle and work hard to meet that goal. And then you're going to do your very best. So when you're in that goal and you're doing that thing, you're running your best, you're at your fittest, you're doing this amazing accomplishment. And then when it's over and you make a different goal, you've crossed that off your bucket list, you did fantastic. Maybe you're not as physically fit afterwards. Maybe you don't continue to eat those things because you're not going to go run a marathon. And maybe you get a little bit older and say you want to do a 5K because your kids want to do it. And you go and you try to run, or you try to make it through that little 5K race. And you're huffing and puffing. It's hard, or a little bit more physically challenging than it used to be. And if you take that time, that I know, even if it's not a very big moment, and you compare yourself to how you were when you were training for that marathon, when you were younger, or when you were doing those things, well, that's not really fair to who you are right now, is it? Think about it. You need to get to know who you are right now. You need to be better today by at least 1% than you were yesterday. And that's who you compare yourself to. You don't sit there and say, well, Marsha's not doing too hot right now. She ate that piece of cake yesterday. Or, it's so important for you to get to know yourself in the moment. Love yourself in the moment for who you are and what you're accomplishing and what your responsibilities are right now. It can make the biggest difference in who you are moving forward. And the success that you find in this new chapter. If we don't take the time and all we do is nag at ourselves for maybe how far away from that person we are, that person that we were in the past, If you can take that, put it away, let it go. When you reflect, because the rearview mirror is always going to be there. When you reflect back, look at how amazing that was. That's awesome. Okay, right now, what is going on right now? How can I be the best me for myself right now? How can I give myself enough grace to progress forward, to be the best me that I can be right now for myself, not for anybody else? Because when we're the best for ourselves, we can offer the best version of ourselves to everybody else around us and all of those people that we care about. That's my thoughts for today. Be kind. Don't forget to smile, even when you don't feel like it. Smiles change lives.